Well, good afternoon, guys. I am getting ready to do a video series on all my 4 trail cameras here. You can see I've got 2 Multris, I've got a SPY Point, and I've got a Tacticam. And I have my eye on another, another Tacticam. May or may not have it by the time this video series is done. If I have it before then, I'll add it to the end of this video, in this series. If not, I'll just do one on it by itself. This is the order that I did purchase these things in. My very first one was this Multri Delta base. My second one was this SPY Point Micro Link. Then I got the Multri Edge, and then I got the Tacticam Reveal X. I bought all these within probably a little less than a year of each other. I'm going to say about 9 months of each other, probably, something like that. But I'm going to do a small breakdown of each camera. I'm not going to go into a super lot of detail because there's a lot better videos out there than mine. All these 3 right here have been on a mineral site, freshened up probably about a week and a half ago, and I've been leaving them up here for about 5 days or so at a time. The only one that's not been there yet is this one, and it's getting ready to go up as this video is done. It's going to be up here about 5 days. But I'm now one of these only takes pictures. It doesn't take video, but I'll get into that a little bit more in its own little series when I do that. Like I said, I'm gonna break down each one. I've got a little picture and video mode, so I'll be posting some daytime and nighttime pictures and videos, daytime and nighttime videos. They're all in the same tree, at the same height. They're about 10 yards from my mineral site, and it's been getting quite a bit of activity. So, like I said, I put this one out first, and then this one was second, this one was third, and then today this one, because this one was actually on public land until just a few days ago. So anyway, guys, that's going to be the opening of this. Like I said, they're all not at the same time, but they're all going to be on the same exact trees, same height, so they're all exactly the same spot on all of them's on the same mineral site. And like I said, I got about 5 days worth on each one of them. So, guys, sorry about I have to keep running back and forth with the camera. My wife's been ill here lately, and she wasn't able to make it up here with me. She usually the one that helps me in my videos. So, anyway, guys, be looking for that little video to be starting out there pretty soon. Well, if you're watching this right now, I guess it's getting ready to start. So, like I said, I'm going to do a video on each one separately and break them down and tell you the pros and cons, at least in my opinion, what I like, what I don't like. There's something about all of them I really like, and there's some few things about each one of them I don't really like that well. But we'll get into that during each video, guys. So appreciate y'all watching, and stay tuned for this. Alrighty then, good afternoon everyone. This is part 2 of my little series on cell cameras. I actually just finished up the other video a few minutes ago on my first one. And I said in the previous video, I'm going to do them in order that I bought them in. So this was my second cell camera that I ever owned. This is a SPY Point. This is the Micro Link LTE. I've never owned any kind of SPY Point camera up to this point. I bought this thing about mid-August last year at a local, well, I'll say local, probably about an hour from my house. I actually had a doctor's appointment that day. And there's a sporting goods store, mostly fishing, but he does have some hunting stuff there. Used to be actually in the town where my wife's from. We lived about 15 minutes. For years they was down there, but they moved to the next county over to a little bit more populated area. And I had a doctor's appointment in there about mid-August last year, and we stopped in there, and I just happened to see this thing. And so I'll that's not my glasses. Got my little side notes here. This is also the only one that I did not keep the box to. I actually have no idea. I kept all the boxes to all my cell cameras. I have no idea what I did with this one. I can't find it anywhere. But it comes just like this. It does not come with batteries or an SD card. It does come with a small strap with it. That's all it comes with. I'll go a little bit over it. Like I said, it is a SPY Point. It is a cell camera. It's called the Link Micro LTE. And I bought this in August of 2022. And I will get and tell you a little story about this. Like I said, I was still relatively new to cell cameras. And I walked by on the shelf and I saw it, and what caught my eye was how small it was. That really intrigued me. I really liked how small it was. I looked at the price of it, and it was $130. I'm like, man. Of course, most cell cameras I've noticed are around that $100 to $120 price range, and I was like, well, this kind of small. I do kind of like it. Now I looked at it, put it up on the shelf, walked around a little bit. My wife had a few things I think she was checking out with. I went back over there, picked it up, looked at it, put it back on the shelf, and she said, go over and get that. And I was like, that's $130 for a cell camera. I was like, I can find them cheaper. She said, you need another one, you want one, go buy it. So I went and bought it, and I will go ahead and tell you now, if I knew what I knew now, I would not pay that price for it. This thing only takes pictures, and in my hesitation and hurry to go ahead and get it, I didn't read that on the box, and it's probably on there. Like I said, I don't have the box, but if I would have knew that, no way I would have paid $130 for a cell camera that just took pictures. So again, put that out there right now. They do make more full-size ones that do send video or take video, but this one does not. And yesterday, as of yesterday, I was looking online. They have these things online for $119.99, but right now they are marked down for $69.99. They're on sale. Would I buy this for $69.99? Yeah, I probably would. I mean, for a cell camera at this small, compact, you know, like I said, it does hide on the tree a little bit better than probably what some of the other ones. Actually, I just got done a video for this one, so you can see the size comparison there. This is pretty standard for most trail cameras. You can see the size comparison. So for 69 bucks, if I was going to try it, yeah, I probably would buy it for that. But if I knew what I knew then what I knew now, I would not have bought that thing for $120, let alone $130, just not taking videos. But that's a lesson learned. But I do have it, so I'm gonna go ahead and ride it out as long as it's, you know, it's got a 2-year warranty. So, and I've actually had 0 issues with this camera also. I'll go ahead and say that. Like I said, I'm going on almost a year with it, and I've had 0 issues with it. The trigger speed is 0.5 seconds trigger speed. The flash foot and detection foot is 80 feet, and the pictures are 10 megapixel. It does take 8 AAA batteries. It also takes a micro SD card up to a 32 gig. Something else I did not look at on the box when I bought the thing, because at the time I had like 4 micro SD cards, but they was all 64 gigabyte. I didn't have a 32, so I rushed home, put some lithium batteries in it because they only took 8, and I did have some at the time. Put lithium batteries in it, put the SD card in it, rushed up here, put it up, stayed in the front of it, tried to take pictures, and went home, waited for it to upload, nothing ever happened. So I got to reading on it, and seeing it only took a 32 SD card, so I had to go out and buy one a few days later and come up here and change it out. So if you're going to buy anything, read the box. Don't be like me. Just buy stuff on a whim. So that was my experience with it.
You were pushed into it.
So anyway, it does take up to a 32 gigabyte. Anything bigger than that, it will not work in this thing. It does have a 2-year warranty on it. I think I mentioned that. And I could not, of course I don't have the box. I even looked on their website last night. I cannot remember if this one picks up on Verizon and AT&T, because anywhere I've ever put this thing, and I've had it on public land some too, I have never had an issue getting signal, very good signal, everywhere I've ever put this thing. Like I said, I don't have the box anymore, but even on the website last night, I was looking, the only thing it shows is it says a coverage map of the United States, and it's almost completely blue. It even shows all of West Virginia blue, which I know there's parts in our state that don't pick up cell service. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it'll pick up on, I guess, the closest tower, because I've never had any issues with signal no matter where I put this thing at. So as long as you get 2 bars or better, I've always been good with it. So like I said, I'm sorry, but I can't tell you if it picks up on either one. I do, honestly, my personal opinion, I think it picks up on both. I couldn't find anything for that. And like all the other cell cameras, the setup and everything else is done on the app. I have that on my phone as well, and I can pull that up real quick and just kind of go through it a little bit. And they are coming out with another micro camera later on this year. I don't know anything about it. I don't plan on buying one, but they are coming out with a new one. If you pull the app up, it automatically shows you all the pictures. Oh, she's told me to drop it down a little bit. I don't know how well you can see that. This camera's not been on about 3 weeks, but it has have all the pictures. And I've got this one where it updates immediately. It sends me pictures immediately. Last picture was on here was me on 5/18 at 2:54 in the afternoon. It shows the time, the date, the temperature, and it says SPY POINT MICRO link over in the side. You can put a location and camera name on here. I never did. And this thing also has species recognition. Something else I've never done with this. It's supposedly tell the difference between bucks and does and bears and boars and all that stuff. I've never can't talk. I've never dug that deep into the app to do any of that stuff. But on the bottom here, it does have a share button where you can share to Facebook, Instagram, all that, or you can save to your phone or send through text message. And it does have a delete button beside the button if you want to delete any of the pictures. So that is the app. And then, like I said, up top it does take HD pictures as well. And you can put a star beside it, I guess, if it's one of your favorites or whatever. So the pricing, now 1 month, some of the pros, well, let's see, like I said, we did say the settings, you do everything on the app. Right here's the door. You see 4 batteries right here, this little tray pops out. You got 4 batteries in the front, 4 batteries in the back. Like all my other cameras, right now I'm using Energizer Max because lithium, well, I do have one lithium in there. But lithiums are just out the roof right now. Right there is where your SD card goes. And it has just one little simple on and off button. You turn it on, it'll start blinking from green to red to pink. And now it's flashing green. It's already picked up signal that quick. And it'll flash like here for a few minutes and it'll go off. It's ready to go. So I'll turn that back off. And it has tells you all about it right here on the side. But inside behind there's a QR code, or you can scan right there. You just go on the app, scan that code, and it tells you how to set your camera up through the app. It has one little latch right here. Right here's a place for the strap. It does have a place for a Python cable, and like my other trail camera, I like this one because the Python cable, when it goes through, locks the doors. Nobody can get into your keys or your chip or anything else. And another thing I like about it, it has a detachable antenna. So I like to do that whenever I throw it in my backpack so I don't break it when you get to your spot. You can reorder these on the website, but I always just take it off, put it in a separate pouch. Just throw my camera in my pack. When I get to One Woods, it takes just a second to, I'll say just a second, and I'm not going to be able to do it. Just like that. And like I said, I have not had trouble getting signal anywhere I went. Few of the cons on this trail camera. One I've already talked about. It only takes pictures. It does not take video. And all the 4 cell cameras that I have, no matter what setting I put the PIR sensor on, this one gives me more false triggers than any of my other cell cameras. I'm not sure if the detection is just that good on it, which is a good thing. I guess maybe you won't miss anything. But I have noticed, since I've had this camera compared to all my other ones, I do get a lot more false triggers or empty pictures, whatever you want to call them, on this camera when I do any of my other ones. That's probably one. That's really the only 2 cons I can really think about this. It doesn't do video, and I get a lot of false triggers on there. But some of the pricing, one thing that is a positive with this camera, all you got to do, you get 100 free pics just for buying this camera and setting it up. You don't have to buy a plan. If you just buy this camera, go into the App Store, turn the camera on, take it out in the woods, you get 100 free pictures a month without buying any kind of plan. So I'm assuming that's with all their cell cameras, but I know that's with this one, which is a pretty good deal, really. But when I first got it, I blew through him in like I put it up here on my feeder, and I blew through him in like 4 or 5 days, 100 pictures, because I had all kinds of critters, day and night. But you can also go 250 pictures for $5, or I've got the standard, which I get 1,000 pictures for $10, or you can go premium. For $15, you get unlimited pictures. So, but basically, I could probably go with a $5 packet for $250. I don't think I've ever been out on public land where I don't get a whole lot of pictures. But the only thing about that though, I do get a lot of false triggers on it. That's why I did go to the standard plan. Just covers me a little bit on that. Cons, I already went over that. The pros on this thing, like I said, you do get 100 free pictures every year or every month. It is small and compact. I already showed you compared to my other one. It takes really good pictures, decent. It takes decent night pictures, but daytime pictures, I think are great quality. I think they're excellent quality. They are actually, I don't think I wrote the megapixel down here. I can't remember what the megapixel is on these, but it does take really good quality pictures. Daytime. Nighttime, I'd say if they're within probably 20 or 25 yards, are pretty good. Now, when you get a little bit farther out at night, they're not that great. Does have the removable antenna, and I'm assuming the customer service is good. Like I said, I've not had to deal with them. I have read up some people think they got real good customer service, and I've read some bad reviews on customer service. Now, they are based out of Canada, so that's where their customer service is, and I think that's where their company is. So I've heard people talk about not getting as good signal, just because I read an article one time, somebody said, because if Canada's getting bad weather, their camera don't get good signal. I don't think that plays it. I don't think that's how it works. I think it bounces off your local tower. So I didn't comment on that post that I did see, but that was a guy complaining that he says every time they get bad weather in Canada, his camera don't work. So take that how you want it. I don't think that's how it works, but they are based out of Canada, both the company and the customer service. Like I said, I personally haven't had to deal with them, so yeah, I've read some good and bad reviews on that. So take it how you want. Like I said, would I buy this camera again for the price I pay for it? Absolutely not. Would I pay $70 for this camera, being a cell camera that only takes pictures? Yeah, I mean, I would. I like the compactness of it, but in my opinion, for another $20 or $30, there's just a lot better deals out there for, you can get videos. I like videos. If you only like pictures, if you want to stick it somewhere or use it as a security camera around your house, or somewhere you can get easy access where you don't mind checking quite a bit or something, I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, everybody's different, but it's a nice camera. The only regret I have buying it is the price I paid for it and not knowing that it didn't do video. If I knew it wouldn't do video to begin with, I would probably never bought it. But I do have it. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and ride it out as long as it's working, I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Just another spot I could put somewhere else. So anyway, guys, hope I didn't bore you too much with this. I'm going to wrap this video up on this one. I just did 2 videos. Hopefully here in the next week or so, I'm going to try to do my other 2 so I can get these cameras out in there. I got a couple nice bucks showing up on mineral sites up here. We was coming home one other evening and had a really nice buck run out in front of me. A couple miles from my house somewhere I can't hunt at, but he was already out past his ear, and he looked pretty good. And this was what, 2 nights ago. So the end of May, 1st of June, they still got a lot of growing to do. So I really got to get these cameras out in some of my better spots on public land. So guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next 2 videos, and thanks, appreciate the prayers and thoughts from my wife. If you don't continue that, that'd be appreciated. Thank you.